Sweet.
Have we started this, or should we start this?
We should. Here, we'll start it off.
Let's give it a start off here.
You want to see my best Joe Rogan impression?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hello, everyone. Today I've got my buddy Marcos with me.
Hey! Hey!
How's it going, Marc?
Good. How are you,
Good.
Liam?
I'm doing well.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Another day, another day in Chuckamus.
Another $1.
Another day, another dollar.
How was
Exactly.
How's work today?
It was good.
Yeah.
Didn't just Corona work, man.
Yeah.
Just worked in Chuckamus here for like an hour, flagging. They got me flagging.
Were you on the site down the street?
No, we're at Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Like by the hostel there.
Oh, running the crane thing?
Yeah, some rocks got dropped off, so we just like fenced it off and
No way.
controlled some traffic.
Safety Mark.
Important people over here, man.
Yeah.
Without us, it'd be chaos out there.
Yeah. No, sure enough.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But it's good. And then we did some shouldering,
Oh yeah.
same as like my first day. It was pretty chill.
Yeah. You're on
Not
that
too
little
bad.
dump truck thing or wheelbarrow?
No,
thing?
we didn't use that today. We
Oh,
just
okay.
used like an excavator. Like it kind of
Straight up.
sucked because
Yeah.
it couldn't like twist its bucket to like the side.
Oh, okay.
So it like fully had to like turn, and we had to stop traffic every time like it would dump.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
That's a pain in the ass.
it was okay.
Yeah.
Went by fast.
Yeah, that's good.
What matters, dude?
You get overtime today?
Yeah,
Wow.
an hour.
An hour.
Yeah,
Dude, you run the
An hour.
overtime game.
yeah. Everyone there kind of does, man. Because like
Yeah.
you don't really have a time where it's like, oh, drop everything, and like we're done.
Yeah.
It's more of like whenever we finish what we're
Doing it's over.
yeah,
kind of thing.
like what we're supposed to do today. Then yeah, you're gonna go home.
Dude, that's so different than like the job I was working at today. The manager came up and he's like, "When are you guys leaving?" And everyone's like, 4. And I was like, "Oh, I was gonna leave at 4:15." He's like, "Oh, okay. Well, then I gotta teach you how to lock up the house because at 4, everyone just dropped everything and walked
Everyone,
out.
hey,
Dude, 2 big houses. Everyone just drops
Wow.
it, walks out the door.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, not all the time. Like I had my buddy on our crew. He worked
Yeah.
until like 5:30, but like most of the trades, it's like 4:00 done.
And then done, hey.
But I think
Yeah.
that's because they don't get overtime. Like you,
That's what I was thinking, honestly, man. Because the overtime really like motivates you to
incentivizes you to do
the
so.
quick extra 2-3 hours while you're at work. Like it's not much. It's not a big difference, from 8 hours to go to like 10 or 11.
Well,
Like,
especially if you know you're gonna make like time.
and
a half.
especially if you
Yeah.
know that it's just like, oh, this is
Yeah.
chill. Like I feel good about this. I'm making money.
Yeah, dude. Now when I drove by here and they were still running the cranes, and I was like,
Mhm.
that dude's making overtime. Like it's almost for sure he started at 7. It's like 6:00 now.
Yeah.
He's still moving the boom. Like he's probably raking in the cash at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Just rate, and it feels good too. Like I've never made overtime in my life
Yeah.
because I've never had like a real
job that will.
job, a
Yeah.
tax-paying job.
Yeah. All cash.
So yeah, it feels good, man. It's just like, okay, yeah, let's keep it going. Like I can,
Yeah.
once you're there, you hit the 9 hours. You're like, oh, let's just go.
Yeah,
Like,
you might as well. Like
let's
you're
get
like,
a
"I've already
couple
been
more
here."
in. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty sick. I definitely, now that I see like I'm at more job sites, I definitely see some dudes I think are pulling in some serious cash. They work long hours. Like you gotta work hard for it, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Some serious cash, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that whole business side of it's insane.
It's all about money, man.
Yeah, everyone's making money.
Money makes the world go around. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Talking about money, man.
Yeah.
How was your day?
It was good. Yeah, we're in it. Like today, we're at a really expensive property. Well, I assume expensive. It's super big at the top of Alpine there.
Oh yeah, the same one. Oh,
Yeah.
I actually went for a drive over there
Did you?
this morning because the guy that I was working with, he had to like pick something up.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
That
Like,
driveway to the 2 houses.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's another one like up higher.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that one deck is like a pointy triangle.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So like I was, dude, I
Titanic
spent the
shit.
entire day. You see those like there's the pointy triangle deck and then
Mhm.
those windows. I spent the entire day caulking those windows,
Wow.
like doing my best as best I could. But it took me so long. It was like
Crazy.
8 hours of just like running a caulking gun the whole time.
Holy fuck.
7 hours of podcasts too, which was pretty sweet.
Just
You just be in
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That driveway is even crazy though too, like how it comes up and curves. And,
It's insane, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy how much money you have to put into building a house.
yeah, well, those are investment properties too. Like no one owns those. It's like an investor that's investing,
yeah, I
building, and then
guess,
selling
yeah.
it too, which is like a lot of
But
money.
I mean, there's still like like
Yeah.
it's money, right? Like
Oh yeah.
everything.
Dude, and the amount of amount of tools that stuff just takes. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Mikey had some stuff show up at the house the other day, and they delivered a box that wasn't ours. You
At the
see
front
that
door. I saw it today, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's $3,000.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy? All
It's messed up.
all Fest tool shit.
Holy
They're like
smokes.
the really nice tools. Yeah.
Wow.
I told the guys at the job today, and they're like, "What? Like that stuff showed up at the door? Like,
Bring it over.
yeah." And he was like, "Yo, sell it to me." But then he's like, "But actually, don't. That's like a huge crime. Like,
It is a big crime,
I don't
yeah.
involve in that at all." Mike called UPS, and they're gonna bring it back. But
That's cool.
yeah,
I know. I was walking out the door earlier, and I was like, "This box is not open. Like, why is this box not open?" Like,
Just chilling
you
here.
know, I looked at it, didn't have a name. It said like Lord. No,
It's
it
Saber.
said Saber. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, what? Like, doesn't make sense, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy that it showed up
And
at
then
our
I
door. It has
s-
no
yeah.
relation to us at all.
And then I saw the 2800. I was like, Emma, whose is this? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why is this here?
Dude, I searched up like all the different part numbers on this stuff. There's $1,000 dust extractor, like pretty much a shop vac. Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
wild, hey?
Expensive equipment.
Super expensive.
It's crazy how expensive equipment is.
Oh yeah, like I can't imagine how expensive those like Bobcats and stuff you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insane.
and
I
they
know.
own a bunch of those.
Yeah. My dad always wanted to start a business renting
equipment.
out like Bobcats and all that stuff, just like big machines, because
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess he's been around like just like work sites and stuff, and he knows how much money they bring in.
He could see $1 there.
Yeah, exactly. You could see $1 there, so he's like, yeah, we
Yeah.
need to open up a shop, like rent it out, fucking paid off in a few years, and then from there on it's just money that you're making. I mean, besides like maintenance and the parts and stuff, but that's like you got to pay it anyways, right? But
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
it'd be cool. You don't do anything. You
Yeah.
literally just like, yeah, here you go. Bring it back in a week or whatever,
Dude,
and then
yeah.
a week later you have $5,000 in your bank account, you know, for
Well, and-
literally doing nothing.
And you just reinvest in the fleet. You buy another place, write that off. Buy another one, write that off.
Exactly.
Like, and you just keep.
Just gotta keep growing, man. It's all about growing.
Yeah. Well, you grew up in the island too. I feel like that would be a great place for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Comox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the idea came from, I think.
Really was.
That's when he first told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the island.
How long did you? When you didn't you weren't born on the island, were you?
No. I was born in Mexico,
Wow.
in the state of what's the state? Guadalajara.
You were born in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit, that's sick.
State of Guadalajara, and like the city there is Jalisco,
Okay.
which is like, I think something that people could relate to is like 3 hours away from Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if
Is
it's
it like inland though? Like you're not on the coast where
no,
you were born?
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm like 2 hours from like shore,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. It's like, I guess south. I honestly couldn't tell you if I saw like
If you saw
from
it on
right
the map,
now,
you couldn't
like
point it out.
from a map, it would take me a couple minutes. I'd be like, yeah, that's where I was born, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's yeah, like it's a nice
Yeah. So did you
Nice
move
place.
to the island pretty soon after then? You moved to Canada or what?
yeah, pretty much. Well, like I grew up in, I guess, for my first 7 years of life,
Yeah.
Mexico City,
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
because my dad has a restaurant there.
Yeah.
You knew that, I think.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
told you for sure.
Well, he's back there running it now.
Yeah, he's back there running it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I grew up there, and like my dad used to be super into politics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he used to be like, that was his like I guess full-time job. Like
Yeah.
he had the restaurant,
Yeah.
but then he'd be in politics, so then like I would never see him.
Like he'd do the restaurant during restaurant hours, and then he'd do politics for the other hours, and like just be.
Not even like, he'd show up to the restaurant whenever like he had
Oh,
time.
his spare time.
Yeah,
pretty
like
much.
whenever
Holy
he was
shit.
home, because like in
Yeah.
Mexico, that's your home, right? Like your
Oh, okay.
business is downstairs,
Yeah.
and then your home is upstairs.
Oh, so you
Which
lived
is-
above the restaurant?
Yeah,
You lived
yeah.
Oh wow.
And that was like my grandma's land, and
Yeah.
you know, so that land's been on like under our name for a long time.
Wow.
But then my dad like sold the property, the house property,
Yeah.
because it was like the house on the left and then like restaurant on the right.
Yeah.
But then at one point it kind of like combined. The restaurant was like under the house for a bit, but then that just like got closed off,
Crazy.
and then just like full restaurant. But yeah, anyways, my dad used to be in politics, and he wasn't spending much time with us, so
Yeah.
then that's what he like decided to leave.
Yeah.
But he's like super. He's a very
He's a political guy.
yeah. He's a political guy, you know, and like
Yeah.
whenever like I need to go vote in Mexico, like he makes me like I have no option.
Because
He's
he
like,
believes
you
in those
need-
ideals so
yeah,
much.
no, and it really does. Like a country like Mexico, it really like you like everything makes a difference, right?
Yeah.
Like it's and unfortunately like it's not like here where it's like, oh, you got a new prime minister. I mean, stuff changes, but not that much.
Right.
As to like where Mexico, it's like if there's someone good that's actually trying to do good for the city, for the country,
Yeah.
it's gonna make a big difference, you know?
You can see like a vast difference between two different leaders, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. And I mean, everyone down there is so corrupt that like
Yeah.
they're literally just like getting so much money, and they don't really like all they care about is money, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got a new guy in there actually that I went and voted for.
Oh shit. Man,
Last I think it was almost a year ago actually. Yeah, I went down July or June, end of this month, like June 28th or something.
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Mainly to vote and see your family and stuff like
No,
that.
I like to vote.
That
That's
was
my
like-
dad's like, I don't care what you got going on.
Oh my
You
god.
gotta like,
Yeah.
I'm buying you a plane ticket and you're coming and vote. Like I
Wow.
don't care if you come for a day or two. Like
Yeah.
you're coming.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
shit.
so that was. But it was pretty cool because when I went,
Yeah.
it was like he made me go to all these like events that were going on because this is before the like
Oh yes, all the campaigning and stuff is happening.
campaigning. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I've never experienced like events like that.
Well, if there's such a different, if there's such a big change with new leaders, the campaigning must be really strong, like way stronger than we see it here, I would assume.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really
people are
strong.
very
like
passionate.
people down there are very passionate. Like
Yeah.
over there, like everyone knows about what's going on, politics, everything. Like
Wow.
it's because that's how much of a difference it makes if you
Like, even
have
our-
someone good in there, or like you know, like
Yeah.
as to like here, it's like half the people don't really know what's going on, right?
No,
Like,
voter turnout's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like 50% times.
exactly.
So
But-
even for our like age group and stuff, everyone's still super
yeah,
passionate.
no, that was the cool thing that when I went down last year for this new guy, they're like most of the population was like 20-year-olds.
Wow.
So like they were all going out there like to
Invested
vote,
in
like
it.
probably yeah,
That's pretty cool.
like a solid 70%.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool to see that they actually care about like where they where they want to see their country go,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Well, it's
I've
such
never-
a contrast from what we see
Yeah,
here.
yeah, because here, I mean, you don't really like, kids our age don't really talk about that stuff.
No.
Like it's not a topic, right? Like whenever you go to someone's house, I mean, rarely. Like
we talk about change, but we don't talk about politics.
No,
It's not like who
exactly.
are you gonna vote for. Like
yeah, exactly.
That stuff doesn't really come up.
Yeah. No,
Damn,
but
that's
it's
a cool experience.
yeah, it was cool. Went to stadium and he came out and people yelling.
Yeah.
Waited for him to come out for like 3 hours.
Really?
I
You
was
guys
so
didn't
over,
wait?
man. I was just
Man.
I was pissed, like sitting on
yeah.
like just a shitty plastic chair, like
Just waiting for some dude to come. talk
yeah,
to
and
you,
it was like a
never move.
stadium,
Yeah.
like a soccer stadium, chairs kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, just waiting for this dude that I don't even know much, like anything about. Just my dad made me go.
Yeah.
But now that I look back at it and look at the videos and stuff, I'm like, fuck, I'm stoked I went because like,
It was a good experience for
yeah,
you.
it was cool.
In the moment too. Like, did you notice that you were like once you actually made it on stage that you could.
Yeah,
hear
for
the
you
sports
felt
people?
like the energy, like the power, like
Yeah.
this guy's telling everything that he's like, that he's gonna, that he like has planned.
Yeah.
And oh, that's my phone.
It's okay.
And it gets people hyped, because they're like, yeah, like fuck yeah,
Like they're
But, like,
invested in it.
yeah,
They get
yeah,
stoked
yeah.
up
And like
on it,
this
yeah.
guy is like my dad back when he was into politics, he actually used to like part-time work with this guy. So
Oh, okay.
now he's a president of Mexico.
Wow.
So like my dad somewhat knew him,
Yeah.
but
Prior to him going in.
yeah, prior to going in, and yeah, it was cool to see such a humble guy. And like a lot of like the stuff that I heard that he wants to do is
Yeah.
like, for example, starters, he wants to like he thinks the main cause of like people stealing and theft and all that stuff, which happens a lot in Mexico, comes from like poverty, obviously, because people do it out of need.
Yeah, like
And
out of necessity.
Out of
essentially.
necessity, yeah. So he wants to like, you know, try and change wages and like, you know, like be equal pretty much.
Shorten
And,
the income gap kind of thing.
yeah, and like I'm not sure what it was, but I think maybe the presidential house down there, he is making it into a museum.
Really?
It's like he doesn't fuck around, man. Like he's
Wow.
not bougie, you know, like the presidential plane, like
Yeah.
he's donating that thing. Like he doesn't need that, you know, like and then
He's-
dude, you see him pull up to like anywhere and he's telling the people, he's like, you guys are the guys looking after me.
Wow.
You know, so it's like, and you know how every like, you know, president has like 30-40 bodyguards.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm not having anyone, like all that money that's going like towards you guys, like, and all this stuff. So he's like, and then he'll roll up to events with like literally like my Jetta.
Just
Like my Jetta,
Yeah.
someone driving him, he's just in the passenger of this
freaking no exhaust.
shitty little car. Yeah, and
Wow.
it's cool to see, right? Because like you don't see that, like being that high
Oh.
level, like you don't
Yeah.
see that at all.
So he's like a president for the people, like really
He's
trying.
he's really trying to make change and make a difference.
Wow.
And I think that's really why my dad made me go out there.
Because there's such opportunity to get someone so different from
Yeah.
what they'd had for so
And
many
he's been
years.
fighting for so long to get there.
Yeah.
But I think he's been getting like stopped in ways because
dude.
people don't want him up there because they know that he's like, you know, like
Gonna change some people's
yeah,
lines.
like
kind of
he's
thing.
not bright. Like yeah, and another big one is too is like he's getting rid of like all the guys in like police departments, like the Marine and all that, like all the corrupt guys that like.
Oh, he's restructuring it. He's taking everyone out of
taking
power
everyone.
and, like,
Yeah,
boom.
exactly. Like he's really making a big
Whoa.
change, man. It's crazy. It's
wild.
cool. Like when I started learning this throughout like my time I was in Mexico, I was like, shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm stoked I came.
Yeah, like it validated for you.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Wow.
But so where this led from was like my dad,
Yeah.
and so the reason, so I lived in Mexico City till I was 7.
But he was so busy with
And-
politics that he wanted to get away.
He wanted to get out of there, but he also saw how bad Mexico was.
Okay.
And how it was not going to change for the next like 5-10 years.
Yeah, well, clearly
He's
like
like-
15 pretty much.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like, fuck, man, like thinking to himself, obviously,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's like, I need to get out of here, like, you know, like this isn't cool.
Thinking of his
And
family.
prior to that, like my dad got 2 brand new minivans stolen at gunpoint.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't think I've told you that.
No. Yeah,
so
that'll
like
make a
literally
move.
like
Yeah.
waiting to go to drive me to school. Like he was
Holy
outside
man.
on the street.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready with my mom, whatever, like, and then he just like someone comes knocking at your window with a gun, just like, you know,
Yeah, what are you gonna
and
do?
then they don't leave you there, obviously, like they fucking put you in the back, take your phone, take your wallet, they drop you off like 30K out, so like you can't call the cops, right? Like,
Oh, it's gonna take you a while to get back to any point where you can get in contact by then. They're
yeah,
already gone kind of
like
thing.
they do it smart, and
Well,
it's pretty
that's an
crazy, but
experience.
it's happened to my dad twice actually,
Wow.
which is kind of messed up.
Yeah, that.
And yeah, my mom too. She's had a fucking gun pointed like right in her stomach,
my God.
like literally like walking on the sidewalk and just like, cause people, man, there's so many thieves down there. Like, you got to be careful with everything you do,
Yeah.
cause like you go to the bank, there's people watching you, man. If they see you take out money,
Yeah.
they're gonna follow you and they're gonna
Try and
like
get it from
yeah,
you.
and that's what they did with my mom. Like they like my dad and my mom went to the bank.
Yeah.
Mom picked up cash, whatever, gets in the car. My dad drops off my mom at, like pretty much at the front of the restaurant.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I'll just go park, whatever. Like it was like not even a 20-second walk.
Wow.
And yeah,
You're already
literally
on her.
just on her. Fucking the guy went running. I think they found him
Yeah.
or whatever, but like that was a big
Still, dude, as an experience, like
like
dude,
that's messed up. Like I remember my mom like after like she was crying and like shaking and stuff, and I just like didn't really like
This is all when you're like 7, you know,
I was young
until you guys left. Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was
So you
young.
probably can't. Like you
I
probably
remember like
it,
her
but-
crying, but I didn't feel obviously like the fear that she felt or like the same feelings. But
yeah, or understand like the gravity of what happened.
yeah,
kind of thing.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
but now that I look back and I'm like, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
happened to me. Like I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I've never been in an experience
Yeah.
anything like that where
Yeah.
it's like yeah, life on the line kind of thing.
Yeah,
Especially
so
as
it's
another person.
definitely nice to move out of there.
Yeah, I
For
can see why your
sure. I
family
mean,
did
I
it.
didn't get to experience much of like living in Mexico,
Yeah,
but it's like when I go back and visit the fam,
yeah,
it's definitely a bit of like, damn, like my life could have been so much different
dude.
than what
yeah.
it is now living out here. It's crazy. Like I think about it at least once a week.
Really?
Yeah,
Does it like bring some gratitude as far as
for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Wow.
Big time gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see because you like. I mean, I can talk about the other side, but I've never seen that or lived that. Like, whereas
Yeah.
with you, like on a routine basis, get to see how your life could have been down another way.
Yeah.
Which is probably
Oh, yeah.
crazy and
Yeah.
such a different way of life.
It's
kind of thing.
crazy.
That's
it's
trippy.
insane, man.
Yeah.
And like whenever you drive, there's like, because there's people selling everything on the streets. Like
Yeah.
you're in traffic, there's people walking by with like candy or
Yeah.
gum, like whatever, like ice cream.
Yeah.
And then my dad always jokes, he's like, yeah, that could have been you selling gum.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, like as joking as he is saying
No,
it,
it's
like,
for real,
straight
could
up,
have been,
yeah,
yeah.
it could have been me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be crazy, man. Fuck. I always think about it.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thought to live out here, and just because I see how different the lives like someone's life over there compared to like over here,
Yeah.
and it's so much different, man. Like you wouldn't even.
Like unrelatable almost.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah,
like, it's just.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, for sure, but I just don't know, like, as to like hobbies or like sports, because there's not much. I mean, there's opportunity, but there's not as much as there is here, right? Like,
Yeah. So your family still lives down there. Like, can you guys still join in and like if you're talking about snowboarding, like things you
Yeah.
had, like can they jive with that, or is it because they live in such a different climate that it's just like sort of a tough conversation to have? Or
No, they're interested.
Yeah.
I think like when my family asks me, like whenever I see my uncles or whatever, like cousins, they'll mention it, and
Yeah.
they think that it's really cool, and like, oh
super
my god, I
supportive
want
and
to touch
stuff.
snow, and
Yeah, that's
because like
crazy.
snow is not a thing down there. Like that's
Yeah.
not even a thought that comes into your mind,
Yeah.
like at all, right? So it's pretty. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, and they're definitely always stoked to hear about it because they don't always have someone to like talk about this conversation with. So
Totally.
they're really interested to see how like
Yeah.
it works, and
supportive and stoked.
yeah,
For
and
sure,
supportive. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, and they always ask me, oh yeah, what are you doing up there? You going to university? Like,
Yeah.
because that's like a thing, in
Yeah.
Mexico, because there's not so much opportunity. It's like
Yeah.
what you do after school is you go to school again. You just
Yeah.
go straight to school. You don't really like.
Well, because you're trying to make something out of
You try to make money,
Yeah.
like, right? So like everyone needs money, so they're trying to go to school to like be able to have a career.
Yeah.
As to like where here there's like a lot of room for like, oh, I'm gonna go like traveling or whatever, and
Like
that comes from like wealthier families too, right?
Yeah. A different amount of freedom kind of thing.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Less choice.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's crazy down there, man. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful city to go visit.
Yeah. Lots of good things.
A lot
Like,
of
always pros
history,
and cons,
a lot of history there,
Yeah.
and a lot of good food. But to live, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, city, Mexico City.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
But,
sure
like,
if you're on the countryside.
There's
definitely-
there's Mexico's big, and there's a lot of nice and beautiful parts.
Yeah.
But as in Mexico City, what I experienced, it's like no,
It's gnarly. Huh?
I'm out of there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Well, we live in a pretty good spot. It's pretty fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it's nice, man. I know. I definitely tell my dad once in a while just like how grateful I am for him to like
Yeah.
make the decision to move us out here,
That's awesome.
and at such a young age too, right? Because it sucks. I mean, I never experienced it really, but it would suck to like, go to high school and then move, because then you make all your good friends,
Right. Yeah.
And then you have to leave them behind. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not easy once you get older. Like the older
No.
you get, I feel like the more connected you get to people, and
For sure.
you vibe with them better.
Well, and you
become
like.
better friends. Like you
Yeah.
grow with them, right? So
Yeah. When
it's like fuck.
you got to like Canada at a young enough age, and I feel like you built those relationships here. Like
Yeah.
we got such a good crew of homies. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
But even because like I didn't speak any English when I moved to Canada.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nothing, dude.
You're just
nothing.
thrown right in.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
messed up. That's
And,
really cool.
yeah, it was kind of crazy, man, because like moved to the island,
Yeah.
Vancouver Island, Comox.
You're like grade
And
2 or something
then
like
I
that?
was grade 1.
Okay.
I might have moved. Okay, so how it really happened is like we moved here when I was 6
Okay.
for like a year or two.
Yeah.
For a year, I think it was, or
Yeah.
not even, like maybe half a year.
Like, yeah.
And then we moved back for like 2 years.
Okay.
So I actually did. I'm pretty sure it was grade 2 and 3 in Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did
Back
grade
and
2 and
forth.
3, but I did grade 1 on the island.
In Canada.
Yeah, so I did grade 1 in
Huh.
Canada because I was kind of like I guess like he wanted to test it out, test the
Yeah,
waters.
see if it was going to be good.
Grade 1 happened, and like grade 1 is like me, my sister, my brother
Okay.
going to school.
Yeah,
And we had this teacher once a day for an hour or maybe an hour and a half. It was our English teacher. So she would teach us, like a private room and private everything. She would just teach us English.
Wow.
But yeah, it was pretty. And then just that's how I learned, just
Yeah.
through like going to school.
Whoa.
I just learned English. Like I never like sat on a computer and like, this is how you say that. But just like through
Yeah.
a teacher once, like 1 hour a day.
Teaching you how to speak
Teaching me
English.
how to speak English and just being in a
Whoa.
classroom full of English and like looking like a lost dog and
No idea what
like
people are saying.
no idea.
Whoa, do you remember that? Like being there
For
and like,
sure, man.
holy
I
shit.
remember that. I was just like, I would just like sit there, kind of like, what's going on? Like, and I mean, at that age, you're kind of like,
Yeah, I
you're
felt
so
like-
young that
yeah.
everyone's kind of lost, like,
No, I was sitting there like that too, but I could understand the language. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Wow.
like a grade 1, you're just kind of like, confused and stuff. But I mean, I still have some good friends from grade 1 that I actually like
Oh,
became
yeah.
good friends with.
No way.
Like, yeah, Johnny, this is Johnny Hansen. He's
Okay.
he was one of my like best friends.
Growing up.
Yeah, growing up.
Yeah.
Until like mid high school or whatever, and then kind of just got into different things.
Yeah, as it happens.
But-
kind of thing.
It's crazy. Yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy to like make friends, even though I couldn't even like
Speak the language. Kind of.
have like a 5-second conversation with them, right?
Yeah. That's
But
cool
it's-
that you can just
yeah.
jive and like you figure it out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. I think about that sometimes. Just like, how did I learn English? I don't really know. I guess I just moved here and just
And you
adapted
just
to
did
it. I guess.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because now there'd be no. It doesn't seem like a second, like your
No.
second language. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
You're just thrown
exactly.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, English is good as anyone's.
Yeah, I hope so. Sometimes it's kind of bad, but
Hey, man.
have
You know.
good days and then you have bad days,
Yeah.
man.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. But
Yeah.
the island living's definitely nice, man.
Yeah.
I hope to go back there sometime.
Yeah.
Sometime when I'm older.
You think you'd like retire there or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time for sure.
Yeah.
Island, man.
Is
You
it?
got everything you need.
Yeah. Slower
Lakes.
pace of living too.
What's that?
Slower pace of living. Like out here, everything's pretty fast. There's always things happening. Like I think at some point
Always
you probably
something
just wanna
going on.
chill. Yeah.
Exactly. And the island's nice, man. You got the ocean,
Yeah.
rivers, lakes,
Yeah.
Mount Washington.
True.
Like, you literally have everything. Forests, like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's super crazy.
Well, and you can live like here. It's hard to, like, if you look down the line to live life, you want to live without a crap pile of money kind
Yeah.
of thing. Where there, I feel like things are way more affordable too.
For sure. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's still kind of, it's not very populated, right? So it still hasn't reached the point where, like, Whistler, everyone wants to come here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's getting there, man. It's kind of crazy.
it is. Eh?
Yeah. It's like even just seeing the price of housing go
Go
up
up, and things like
on the
that.
island. It's like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
and especially Comox, like, it's really growing. And, like, there's
Mhm.
so many new things and new buildings there that,
Yeah.
like, when I moved away 5 years ago, like, all that wasn't there.
Yeah,
And it's like,
right.
wow. Like, they're trying to make this, like,
It's booming still.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
moving.
Yeah.
Trying to get people here. That's why we got to buy a house down there, man.
Yeah. Investment property.
Investment. Got to invest.
Yeah.
Darcy's has got a house, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Now that I've been working with a bunch of dudes who are older, they're just all talking about investment properties. Mainly
That's
Jody.
true, eh?
Yeah.
Jody.
Yeah.
I
He's
feel like Jody's always talking about that type of stuff.
yeah, he's trying to get in, I think.
He is,
yeah.
eh?
But like Rube, the guy who owns the company I paint for, he's
Yeah.
saying like he's building a house in Pemby right now, and
Sick.
he's worked hard to get that
No
stuff.
way.
so,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's something to think about for
That's
sure.
dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just the buy-in's so high here. Like it costs so much.
Buying's
to get in.
high.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But people do it.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of people out there doing
For
it.
sure. It's a full commitment. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, you just gotta put the time and energy
Yeah.
into it. I feel like.
Like one of the guys I work with actually at Corona,
Mm-hmm.
him and his girl and like his girl's family, they all like bought a land like past Pemby, like 20 minutes past Pemby.
Oh, okay.
Towards Darcy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's pretty much like he doesn't have service out there, like
Yeah.
kind of in the middle of nowhere, but still he's got neighbors and
Totally.
but it's not fully developed.
Yeah.
And he said like the land with 2 houses.
Yeah.
I don't know how like new or like, you know,
Yeah.
well maintained they
All
are,
like
but
quality of the houses.
yeah, but I think he bought them for $450.
Yeah.
And he said now they're at a mill.
Really?
Like with the land and the house,
Wow.
it's at a mill. So
He probably hasn't done anything. He's just sitting on
no,
it kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. They're just
Yeah.
like they just bought, right? So
Yeah. It's smart
But-
too. Like if mine's so big and you get in with a bunch of people, as long as like, you know, you can keep those relationships in check and stuff like that. You can actually get into something bigger and
you
then
can
make
get
something
in.
out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta drop in.
You gotta go.
You just gotta drop in and see what happens. Like anything, man.
Fucking hope.
Sitting at the top of a jump, you just gotta drop in, dude. You just drop in,
snap
you know.
as hard as you can, grab mute. And
I mean,
just hold till you hit the ground.
Yeah, you hope for something, but shit might change.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You never know.
You spot at 7, goes to 10. Who
Might
knows?
hit the ground before you know it. Like I don't know, or you
Hey,
might
man.
fly a bit longer, miss a landing.
Yeah, it
like,
happened to me for sure.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
the shred talk, man.
Yeah.
Shred talk's good.
Do you have a good season?
I had a great season, dude.
You went the whole. You like
I went,
the whole time.
dude. I went.
Stayed safe.
Yeah, States. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get hurt, thankfully.
Yeah, that's
Knock on
not
wood
easy,
still.
dude. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not easy. That was honestly like, as much as I don't want to think about like
Yeah.
injuries, but I was like thinking so much like, just don't get fucking hurt.
Like
man.
trying to maintain your mortality.
Yeah,
kind of
just
thing the
like
whole time.
man, just all you got to do is like shred and don't get hurt. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, it comes to an extent where you got to push yourself too, right? But then
Yeah,
it
I
comes
know,
into
yeah.
mind. It's like, oh, if I get hurt, then like I got to pay rent. I can't work for at least
Yeah.
2 weeks, and then like. But I try not to let that get to my.
Well, because it really is
To
a
my
balance.
head.
Because like I always try and think about like stay safe and have fun.
Yeah.
But if I'm like too focused on staying safe, not having fun, and like you can have too much fun and not stay safe. So it's like always the balance of like, you know, appropriate, like risk taking, like anything.
For
appropriate
sure.
amount of risk kind of
It's
thing.
gotta be balanced, man. But I mean, that's why we do it, because we
Yeah.
like to take risk.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
shit
that's
can
how you
happen
learn.
too. Like
That's how you learn, man. You gotta take risk.
Yeah.
Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't.
Yeah, and you just
That's
gotta
the
live with
thing.
it and stuff. And I mean,
Yeah.
like you get hit in a, you know, by a car on the way to
Yeah.
work or something like that. Like, you
Yeah,
know, like that,
exactly.
you can-
That's why you just gotta live life, man. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
yeah.
Do whatever you want to do
Right here.
today, right now.
Yeah.
It's all about today, man. Not tomorrow.
Did you get some good
You-
tricks this winter that you're stoked on?
I actually kept it pretty mellow.
Yeah.
Joe's a big inspiration,
Oh yeah,
obviously.
for sure. Got Joel.
Obviously.
But your riding went from like, even though it may not have been like, you know, a bunch of big new tricks or something like that. Like I feel like you're matured in the sense that like you're way tighter. You're way more in your head about it and things like that.
Yeah, I think so. And like, I think honestly, like not smoking weed for the whole summer
Yeah.
or the whole winter
Yeah.
definitely made a big difference.
Do you think that
Like-
had like a pretty large impact on it?
Yeah,
Wow.
for sure, man. Like I think it was hard, but it was a good decision.
Yeah.
And I mean, I came out to Whistler to snowboard the best that I could, and it's so stupid that I would smoke weed or whatever it is, not be
Yeah.
fully in my mindset
Yeah.
when I need to be.
Yeah.
So that's like the main reason why I stopped before the winter, just because I wanted to I was like, fuck, I'm working so hard to be in Whistler, to live here,
Yeah.
and to do what I do,
Yeah.
that I gotta be doing it the best that I can.
Yeah.
So I gotta be at top of my game,
Yeah.
and just go out and do my thing.
And
type
like
of
the
thing, and,
weed wasn't serving that purpose.
No, I mean it does do it for some people,
Yeah.
for sure. It kind of depends on your personality.
Yeah, who you are.
Everyone's
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
right? So it
yeah.
affects everyone differently. But
like biologically.
as for
too.
me, it's it just makes me lazy, and it makes me timid.
Yeah.
It does, going up snowboarding, sunny day, whatever.
Yeah.
If I smoke weed, I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna
Promotes the
I'm gonna
paranoia.
probably hold back way more than I would if I was just sober and
Yeah.
just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest reason why you quit, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And
yeah, I've seen the effect. It affects everyone different. Like some people, I think they have. I mean, I can't speak from experience, just because I'm not in those people's heads. But it seems like they have a lot more going on within their mind, and then we can kind of comment. But if you have like that calm mindset going in, it seems to just chill those people out, and then you're just like, you know,
exactly.
You're not, like it takes you below like, that level you want to be versus like bringing you down to that level.
It just kind of exactly. It just depends on the personality that you have, right? Like someone that's hyperactive, maybe they need it, right? Like
because
to kind of just chill them out and like
focus up, kind of thing.
T-Dog.
Yeah, Tyler's a higher.
T-Dog's a higher. He's always redlining. Like, you know, he's just bouncing off the red line and exactly, just fucking backfiring and. You know, like the guy for me, I'm always like, you know, in the 1.5, just like
you know, your nice V8 engine just putting down the highway.
I'm not trying to waste too much gas, you know, so I just keep it chill, but like it's like you could see how that could affect both the personalities, right?
Yeah, it'll take you there. Well, like I was, there's this, I don't know his exact credentials, but he studies flow state.
Yeah.
And he does that. Have you ever talked with the boys about what they do with the helicopter and the brainwave stuff?
No, I've never seen that.
So there's So there's this guy that comes into the gym. He's a part of Canada.
Oh, okay, that heli. Okay, yeah.
So I'm not like.
I thought you were talking like a real
full helicopter.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
To fully explain it, because to people that are listening, I guess. This guy came in and he. To my understanding, when I talked to him, is that he puts a little brainwave scanner in your head, and it scans the frequency. And he said that like 4 to 8, I think it's hertz or whatever the frequency, 4 to 8 would be like sort of a resting, like calm state, and then 12 to 16 would be like a really like excited state, like angry or anxious and things like that.
Okay.
And flow sits in between that, between 8 and 12.
Whoa, so that gap.
Whoa, so he's crazy. Like, that's why the one thing that I took away from it is sometimes you need to bring yourself up into flow, and sometimes you need to bring yourself down into flow. So I think like sometimes I think about with the weed that maybe people who are like super excited, it can bring them
down
into that zone.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, so like for me, like when I was riding this spring after having that talk with him, I would have times where like it would be vibing, everything would be crazy, and I'd feel like I was super excited and have to like calm myself down to kind of get into it. And then other times where no one was riding, I was all by myself, and I'd be like, okay, well,
I've got myself up.
Listen to some, you know, faster music or like something, whatever I gotta do to like bring myself up into it. Yeah. So I bet you it depends on the person and like what your baseline is about when you know.
Exactly.
Come down, but.
No, that little heli seems pretty cool. I've actually been meaning to go and ask really Jared to try it because I want to see where I sit. I want to see if I can even fly the thing.
Totally. I mean, I
honestly don't think I could. I have a really hard. I don't know why, but like just constant like staying in one like, you know, I guess getting into flow. I find it like if I want to do it like in command, I guess. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy for anyone, but like for me, it's like my mind's just all over the place.
Thinking about stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you'd be surprised.
I can do it naturally. Like anyone could, obviously, like doing what they love or whatever. Yeah. But
I think you'd be a naturally flowy person though, because you experience it in snowboarding so much.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Like he'd been coming in for months before I jumped in because it's technically not for me. Like it's for those guys.
For those boys, yeah.
Yeah, I happened to be around and no one was there, so I was like, oh, I'll jump in because I'm really interested in that stuff.
I'll try it out.
Yeah. It was cool for me. It was a really interesting experience. Like, I jumped in, and it was that day that you actually filmed that cab 2 pull. I'd done that trick that day. Oh, no way.
That's okay, sick.
And then I tried it later, and I was literally like, the first time I tried it, I was eyes closed, and I was just thinking about like every part of the trick, like riding up, like popping.
You were thinking of the cab too.
Yeah, and just like running it through my head. Like, I even thought about like it broke in my head where I was up in the air, and I was in like my head, and then I switched to like because I'd watched the video that you filmed. And I was in that perspective, and the whole time I was going through the trick, the helicopter was flying. Wow. And it was just like I could just keep following it and going through it. And then I stopped thinking about it, and the helicopter went down.
Whoa, that's cool.
It was really interesting.
That's sick.
But it was the coolest part was like
super sick.
I could tell like the feeling in my body, like my breathing was like really calm. I was like really focused. I could see the trick, and I could tell like that feeling in my body. But then I got the actual physical sort of identifier of what that felt like, you know, in my body, but then I could see that it was flying. And then afterwards, when I was snowboarding, I was like, I know what that feeling is now when I'm in flow, and I could like drop in way, felt like easier. Like it's tough to know because the helicopter wasn't up there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt like I could like, access it better.
It kind of, and then you kind of feel like you've already been there, right? So you know what to do to get there. So I see what you mean by it's like it feels a lot easier and
it helped out for
more
sure.
Natural.
Same with like, so I tried it once, then we chatted a bit, and I tried it a second time. And the second time I was like eyes open, just chilling. But I listened to the same song every time I had a contest.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking
really?
Yeah.
Same song?
Same song.
For how long? For the past how long?
I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. And it was the first contest run I ever landed. And I remember I was at Big White.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, it was this last jump, and I wanted to do a front five so bad. And I'd never like done a good front five. And I remember in practice, I'd like fallen and got like an ice chunk up my butt, and it was so painful. And like I struggled the whole contest. Didn't land the front five, and like last run of the contest, landed the front five, and was like arms up, full claim, just like screaming down. Like I was like, I don't care. Like winning the contest, like I'm just so stoked I landed the run.
Yeah.
And that run, I was listening to "Joker and the Thief" by Wolfmother.
Okay, nice.
And it's like an upbeat song, and it's got like a build up. It's like it really goes in.
It gets you going, eh?
Yeah. So now every contest, like I put that in, and I can like it does like 3 hits, and I'm just like I'm in.
Whoa, that's insane.
Yeah,
dude. So essentially, you've been fucking almost like practicing with this song.
Yeah, it's like
this
it's
song
like a cue.
This song is like what kind of triggers you to get into this state mode.
Yeah,
like flow state mode.
Like right now, I'm getting chills. Like I can't listen to that song outside of snowboarding, like outside of contests, because it's like.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That's cool that you've like been listening to this song for like
it's been a long time.
Or 10 years, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I know Mikey, like he listens, or at least the last contest season, he listened to Balance by Future Islands every contest.
Wow.
It's just a nice thing because you're like, okay, like I put that song in and like it's on. And that's something
exactly. Okay, I feel that.
I used to struggle a lot in like regular riding to find flow because I didn't have that cue, and it like took me a long time to like figure out how to get into the outside of it. And like the pressure of a contest too helps you get in, but
I feel that, man.
Flow state's a crazy thing, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I don't know. I feel like I have tried to do that with like a certain song.
Yeah.
But it never. I always have new songs coming in that it's like, oh, let me put this one in.
Yeah,
so I've never really like fully like had a song to where like, okay, this is the moment.
Oh, totally.
Like, but now that you say it, that might be the thing that I might like start doing, because
it's nice.
It triggers your flow, you know, in a certain way. If you can practice with that song or whatever it is, like whatever gets you into the zone. Yeah, that's.
Well, if I'm like David Goggins uses this in a different context, but it's like you're digging into your cookie jar. Like every time I go to the contest and I put that song in, I can think back to all the other times I was in flow, and like other times where like I've been nervous and it's been hard, and I can just like channel that and drop in.
It's like it's a center point.
Yeah, like you just put it in.
Yeah,
it's like,
no, that's cool.
And you're just like,
you're like, this is it. This is my moment.
Yeah, but it's not a song I would listen to. Like I don't know why I was listening to it back then. Like it's a pretty heavy rock song, and I'm like chill indie stuff most of the time. Like when I snowboard, I listen. Like this whole summer, I was listening to Charles Bradley. I was just into that.
Bradley. I have a CD in my car.
Nice, yeah. Like I'll change my music all the time as far as like what I'm listening to when I'm boarding, but for the contest, it's always the same shit.
It's the same, hey.
Same
That's
song.
What gets you going, gets you in the zone.
Dude, my old summer coach he'd come up and he'd like give me a high five and he'd be like, "Play Joker and the Thief," and then he'd just walk off because he just knew that.
Who's that coach?
Scott Reynolds. You met Scott?
Okay, yeah, I met him at the Borderstown. Bernie. Okay, that was
he's
the
a
guy.
funny guy. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, Liam's my boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, he's my boy.
Yeah. No, we go.
He's my neighbor.
Back. Yeah. He's good shit. He's funny, man.
Yeah.
It's way different than Joe. Joe is very methodical, like all about, being real tight, being in it.
Perfection, dude. Joe, when I think of Joe, I think perfection.
Oh, perfection. Yeah.
Perfection, man.
Oh, like, Scott is loose, dude.
He's just like, yeah, man, you feeling it? Yeah, go for it.
Set the bar low, just scrape over it. Suck less, do better. Like just so raw. But I mean, it's like teach their own. Like I have a lot of fun riding with him.
Yeah, exactly. I only
rode with him a couple of days this year, and I think I did some of the sketchiest stuff I've probably done.
That's sick. But I mean, like,
but we had fun, and like it's all part of it. Like you need the yin and yang, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't stay like fully reserved. You gotta step out of your zone, you know.
Oh yeah.
Do things that you don't really do often.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to have those people that'll just like open it up.
It's really good, man, for sure.
Yeah, you have to come to the Rattlecat Cup.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I have, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need to go out.
You should, dude.
Let me know next time. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you don't bring me though.
Oh, dude, they did it head to head this year. Like it was literally battles of people against each other.
Whoa, that's crazy. Okay.
Style.
I don't know if I like that,
dude. Yeah.
I don't know if I like that because, like,
yeah.
I mean, fucking, it ranges a lot, right? Like,
it does. For sure.
Like, what if you get paired up with the best guy and like you're like, you know.
I know.
Everyone knows he's the best guy, and
yeah.
you're just some average Joe, right? Like you're fucking Seward. But I mean,
there's some casualties of the event.
Yeah. But I mean, that's part of it too, right? That's part of the event.
Yeah. When I talked to him, I can't speak for him, but I think it was just to be unique and like to have, like, they're way more about having fun than it actually being legit.
He runs it?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Sick. That's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Rattlecats is like their snowboard gang,
dope.
and then they run like the Rattlecat Cup.
Sick.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's in Rosslyn, hey?
In Rosslyn.
That's where you grew up.
I grew up in Rosslyn, yeah.
That's cool. Were you born there as well?
Yeah.
In Rosslyn?
Well, in Trail, yeah.
Trail, yeah.
10 minutes away, but yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Small town vibes.
Full BC boy.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
It's probably, I bet it's smaller than Comox. It's like 2,500 people. Comox has like...
Yeah, I've actually,
more,
right? I went by there once.
Yeah.
It's really small.
Oh yeah, tiny town. Like the highway literally comes up, goes through downtown, and then keeps going.
And that's it.
Yeah, like our downtown is the highway.
Yeah.
It's like semi-trucks, just ripping through. But it's a beautiful place. Like it's on the side of a mountain, so like the whole, like you'd be like, do you live in Upper Rosslyn, which is above the highway, or do you live in Lower Rosslyn, which is below the highway? And it's literally above and below. Like, my place was like near the top. My buddy Connor's place is at the bottom.
Yeah.
And if I would ride my bike there, it'd be like a 500 vertical, meter drop to my buddy's place, and I could just like rip down all through the streets, and then I get picked up. It'd be like a shuttle ride.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosslyn's a cool place, man.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I don't know if I could live there, but
yeah. Do you like the small town vibe? Do you think, or do you like?
No, I mean, I do like it.
Yeah.
But small to a certain level.
Extent.
Extent. Like, if it's like I like socializing, and I like it's just like having seen new faces and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I'd get really bored and really just anxious. I feel like just being in this little town, with not much to do, and like I like hanging out with homies. I like having a lot of homies around.
I think that's what you miss when you live in a town like that.
I think
a lot of the time is you like that's one thing I'm grateful for here is we have so many buddies that are so interested in the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like all our friends are really passionate, and they're all into snowboarding and just like living a good lifestyle and stuff like that. But
and half of them don't work, so
yeah, it's always has something to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, back home, like I remember growing up, it'd be like the one guy who snowboards, and you were just like instantly best friends because he snowboards.
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
He was probably like the guys I snowboarded with were 5-10 years older than me because they were the only snowboarders, kind of thing.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's
like I was the only.
Wow.
Probably the only snowboarder really in my grade.
Insane.
Of like 30 people, 20 or 30 people. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's like a real small town. Like, how many kids in your school?
Like, they just shut the high school because they said there wasn't enough kids.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like my grade was probably like 30 people.
So like 200 people to school, maybe.
6 to 12, 250 people. Grade 6 to 12, 250. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's small.
That's small. So you know everyone.
Oh, you know everybody in town. Like I go home and I'm like, walk down the street like, hey, what's up? Like everybody there. But it's cool for that. Like it's nice to see people in that sense. But like
for sure.
Yeah, no, if I'm leaving the house there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see someone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna see somebody I know.
Just gonna go for a walk and see who I see.
Yeah. Versus here, like I go out and if you see somebody, you're like, yo, what's up? Like I didn't think I'd see you today.
And then you come home and then you talk about it. I saw this guy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally.
He's doing good. Like
yeah. He lives, he lives north of the village. You don't see him much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that must have been crazy growing up in a small town. That's so I guess you're not a big partier. You don't party. You don't drink. You don't smoke.
I don't know if the small town
Like,
stuff had an influence on that.
I think it did, man. But I don't know because I didn't grow up there. But
Yeah, I would say the big influence like that had on that was me moving from there when I was 15 to here.
yeah,
And like you said, of moving towns when you're older, like it's really hard to make those like friends and connections. So like
yeah,
I remember the first couple years that I was here, I moved to like a new high school, didn't really know many people, and like they would go to parties, but I didn't know them, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna
I ain't
chill by
going.
myself. So I was like, through all that time where everyone was partying, I just was doing my own thing, and I think that maybe shaped it more
yeah.
and like who I was surrounded by. But yeah, it was interesting. I don't know why that happened, but it definitely is kind of how I.
Yeah, I mean, like, does your dad like drink or anything? Like, how's your family? Like, do they?
Yeah, my dad definitely drinks. He
drinks.
likes to drink
He
beer and
likes
stuff
to
like
drink
that.
beer.
I think, I mean, he doesn't tell me many stories, but I think in his early days, there was, you know, a lot more. He was living his life for sure. Like,
Loose.
Yeah, he lived in Whistler and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, he did.
Yeah,
Sick. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's always like low key about stories like that.
Yeah.
But my mom, she drinks wine and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
they
okay.
both drink, but they're very chill and like, but they're open minded about it. Like if I was like, I'm doing this, they'd be like, okay, as long as you're safe.
Just stay safe.
Yeah, they're not like, and I think that's maybe why too. It was never like, don't do this. It was like,
Yeah.
you do this, like, be smart, don't be an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, I have the choice. Like, there's no, you know, and like
There's no
someone says like,
restrictions,
don't
right?
eat chips, and you're like, oh my god, chips must be dope. It was
Exactly. Yeah. That's
was
the
never
thing,
like
man.
that.
That's a thing. That's like, yeah. As a parent, I think like it's really important to have your kid not fully like, you know,
Restricted in that sense.
to stuff like that, because then when they get older and they, you know, like they're a teenager, they start wilding out, and then
Yeah.
and then they're, you know, all the stuff that you always said no.
They wanna do it because
They want to do it because they want to
yeah.
experience it, right?
Yeah.
And it's yeah. I mean, it's different because you're older. You can think a bit better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but you're still like, you know, it's
No,
dumb
you're wilding,
teenager.
you know, yeah.
So you're wilding, right? And you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much how I grew up too. Just my dad was like,
He's open about it.
it's your life, man. Like, do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
not like, obviously don't be an idiot, but like,
Yeah.
just do you, and like
smart.
whatever you do in the end, it's not going to affect me. It's going to affect you. So,
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like even though now, like, you know, you do smoke and like drink and stuff, but I think
Yeah.
you have like a pretty healthy relationship. Like I wouldn't be like, dude,
no,
you're
exactly.
throwing it down the drain, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's a healthy relationship with that stuff,
And
which I
keep
think
it-
in the end
yeah.
is pretty key.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like, I keep it chill, and I think that comes from like having my dad just be so chill with it, you know, like,
Yeah, that as an influence.
it's like, hey, just do whatever you want, but just make sure you just don't take it out of this world, you know, like,
Yeah, don't
just
get lost.
don't get lost, man. Just
Yeah.
just don't die, pretty much.
Yeah. That's why I think it'd be so like being a parent's heavy, man. You have to like those kind of
It's heavy
all those small choices lead up to like
Yeah,
big
yeah.
effects down the line.
for
you know?
sure.
Yeah.
Big time. Like it really reflects on like the older you
Yeah.
know, like a lot of those small decisions definitely are what made you
Yeah, who
you
you are
now,
kind of
who
thing,
you
yeah.
are now.
And definitely
Which
now,
is
like,
cool.
I have ideologies on why I don't do that stuff as much. Like, I think for drinking and smoking, like, it just doesn't serve a purpose
Yeah.
for me. Like, if I want to get to where I want to get to, it's like, for one, it costs money, which I don't really have. And then it takes time away from doing other stuff that'll
For
get me where
sure.
I want to be. So I just, like, I still really love the social aspect of going out with people and things like
Yeah.
that. But, yeah, I just don't do it. But in the same way that I'm like, oh, I just don't eat cake that much.
Yeah.
Because I just don't really
I
like
just-
cake and
yeah.
it costs money.
It's just not my thing,
So I
right?
just-
Like,
yeah, but I'd
No,
still
that's-
like go to
yeah.
a birthday because I love, you know, hanging out with my
It's-
homies that I
yeah.
really appreciate, you know.
I mean, it's the same but different because 90% of the 95% of the people
Yeah, like we went to
have
Yeah.
like, you know, they drink, they smoke, or you
Yeah.
know, they got some sort of like addictive
yeah, they got a vice
hobby,
of some
like
sort.
yeah, some not a hobby, I guess, but like it's
It's
just
a lifestyle.
Yeah,
at
it's a
some point.
lifestyle, yeah, I
No, I
mean-
know what you mean. Like we went to probably freaking 5 birthday parties in the last 2 months. There was no cake in any of them.
no,
You know what I mean?
That's
Actually,
so true.
Sam's party had a cake and we ate some of that. But it was like everyone was drunk and they were like, "Yo, did you see that cake over there? That's crazy." You know? Like, people were
That's true,
tripping.
man. I know. I'm gonna have a cake at my party.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
Sick. Well, your birthday's coming up, eh?
12th of July, man. Paintballing. Everyone's welcome.
What,
Let's go.
dude?
We're going paintballing.
Oh, I've never
dude.
been paintballing.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Dude, some of that stuff, it's like a beast thing,
Gotta-
I know, but man,
Gotta make it big.
I'm down. Oh, man. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. But, dude, okay, so where I wanted to go with, like, how do you live a sober lifestyle, man? Like, that's just like the only other person that I know that does that is John Martin.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
He is sober.
I don't like. You're full on sober. You don't drink. You don't smoke.
Yeah.
You just like wake up. You eat food, and that's what you do. Like drink water. You eat food. But like 90% of the population, I think, in the world probably. I don't know the exact facts, but I would assume that like
consume some form of alcohol.
Exactly. Like it's just crazy to me to think that like you can just live a fully sober lifestyle. And it's not just because you're trying. It's because that's just who you are.
Yeah. Which is why I think it doesn't, like, in my head, doesn't seem like, I acknowledge the fact that it's different, but it's never been like a conscious choice to be like, okay, like, I really try not to do this kind of thing. It's just been like, oh, okay, well, this is where I'm kind of drawn to and stuff like that.
I feel that, man. Fuck.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not.
Just doesn't catch your attention at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It just doesn't get me like, just like linear focus kind of thing, I guess. But
that's cool.
Yeah. I think there is some opportunity, like, now that I've been listening to so much Joe Rogan and stuff, I'm like, oh man, I can do a DMT experience and just get super into it.
Yeah.
But
it's all about trying.
No, but I think there is like some opportunity and stuff like that, but it is on like a limited, scale.
Super restricted scale.
Yeah. Like I'm curious and open to it, but it's not something that I like partake in my life. I just,
That's cool though. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that, but no, I can't.
Yeah. It's interesting, because you've gone back to the weed now. Do you notice a difference, like, day-to-day living?
Sure. Yeah. Little difference.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'd like not to smoke weed, because I think I'm just a more social person, and I can, like, I can see very clear on the path that I want to do or whatever, and then sometimes smoking weed kind of just, like, brings me back into this little circle that just keeps spinning the same circle, like keeps going back and forth, and like instead of like trying to reach out to a different
some new idea,
new idea, right? That's my biggest thing. Like just like when I'm stoned, I just think about the same kind of I have the same thoughts kind of circling my head on a day-to-day basis,
stuck in a pattern
and
almost.
it like for me there's not much room for like creativity and all that sort of stuff. And I mean I'm already kind of a shy guy, so smoking weed definitely kind of like
it doesn't
boosts that up.
It doesn't make you more outgoing.
No, definitely not. So definitely don't.
I mean, I think it has a different effect to on everyone. It's really interesting for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, man. I just love spliffs so much that.
But I think there is something to be said about like an escape. Like I definitely, as much as I don't drink or smoke, like I think I escape in other avenues. Like I'm super bad for just like getting in the YouTube loop and just watching shit forever. And like, I mean,
and that's kind of your thing, right? Like,
like I love distraction. I love being like taking myself out of the world, because like it's freaking stressful, and it's like there's a lot. I mean, we live a pretty stress-free life, but there's things that like get on everyone's mind, and I can see from that aspect. Like I may not choose to do it through like weed or through booze, but I'll do it through other avenues, so I can understand it from that aspect.
Okay, I never thought of it that way.
That's just like cool. A different avenue to distract yourself.
Yeah.
But,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I know the way John Martin, because I asked John Martin too, I was like, man, how the fuck do you live a sober life? Like, everyone around you, and especially in Whistler, like everyone around you is smoking every day, drinking every day. Like, you can literally go party any day of the week and you're going to have a good time. You know, there's not one day here that's like, oh, there's nothing going on. Like, I'm just going to stay home, not missing out. Like,
dude,
Monday,
every single day in Whistler, every single hour you can be doing something. And like whether that's partying or hanging out or like whatever, that you can always be doing something here.
And it's such a close community. I feel like that, like it's always a birthday or
you feel
someone's going away dinner, so it's like you're always doing, like you're always either like I said, either having a drink or like having a smoke or whatever it is, right? But it's tough, man. Especially living in Whistler, man. Like it'd be so tough living sober here.
Yeah.
But so the way John said it was like, he's like, fuck, man. I just look at other people and I think, oh yeah, fucking stupid, man. Like,
Oh, really?
Wasting money on booze, and you wake up, you feel shitty the next day, and you know all this shit happens, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're kind of right, man. Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like I like having fun, and I guess
Yeah,
like,
I don't
people can
yeah.
find fun in different
yeah, like
ways,
I don't jive
right?
with that. Like I don't.
yeah.
For me, like I think everyone should live however they want as long as they're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
So I don't look at people when they're drunk and I'm like, oh, you're such an idiot. I'm just
No,
like, yeah, you're
yeah.
just living your life, doing your thing. Like, who am I to judge that you want to live like that and I don't? You know.
For sure,
It's
exactly.
just a personal preference.
Free living, man.
Yeah, checking this thing's still going.
Just gotta do you. Just gotta do you.
Still sending this. Oh, dude, we're running still.
We're running.
Yeah.
Nice. I might have to go pee pretty quick here, but
Do you want to take a pee break right now?
yeah, I could.
Do a little
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, why not? Back to where were we? I don't even remember where we were.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Little pee break.
And
Little water break.
yeah, just
Took my bottle.
yeah, nice bottle, man.
My sister got it for me.
Oh yeah, you told me. Those are nice, man.
Yeah, I dented it the other day, but
Ooh,
dropped it right on the floor.
they're cool. That's a good brand.
Yeti.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeti stove. What's that chick? Some chick on the boat on Tyler's boat, or I guess Jamie's.
Yeah.
When we went on the lake. She had a dope ass cooler.
Oh yeah, their
What was
coolers
her
are
name?
crazy. I think they're expensive though.
They are. I think so.
Yeah.
Malia got Dar's a cooler, and it was like $450
For a cooler.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, that's wild. But it probably keeps
Yeah.
shit cold for a while, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what.
Yeah. I mean,
You trying to keep your
$450 though.
Yeah, $450, man. Like you
could
can do a lot
probably
of things.
everything in that cooler again 12 hours later and still be better off. But,
You'll be better off, man.
Yeah. But no, you gotta, I mean, respect it. If you're in the scenario that you need it, it's probably pretty sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, mine was a gift too. I definitely use it a lot, but I definitely don't need the cooling effects. It's just water for like
It's just water.
a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice in the glacier though. Doesn't
I have
get super
the
hot.
3 liter or 2 liter, 2.5. You know the
Like a
blue
big
one that
one?
I bought like last year.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
still
nice.
have that. That one's nice.
Yeah, for
Does the
working.
job.
Yeah.
Gets a bit of dirt in there, but you know.
Yeah, dude, you have the like.
What
the
doesn't
flip-up
kill
there.
you gets you, makes you stronger,
Yeah,
man. So
ain't it true? I used to have a nicer like lid that was like made a smaller spout, which is nicer than drinking out of the big thing.
yeah.
I stripped it though.
No.
Yeah, popped
No.
its heads. Oh yeah, she's done. I mean, it wasn't.
Oh, I
me
think
that-
you showed me that.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. We were on the glacier. and
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I
We're like,
toasted it.
what? That's sick,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's cool.
Gotta warranty it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The glacier. Fuck. I've been hearing lots of rumors that it's last year, man.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if we can get anyone to.
What's the word up there?
I've heard a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can.
Believe it?
Yeah. The most. I mean, this is. I'm spreading some shit right now, but the most
Ooh.
legit rumor I heard was that they renew the groomer contracts every 2 years, and they
didn't re-sign
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's what I heard
2
too.
years in advance.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
that's
heard.
the rumor. But I
Yeah.
mean, like I've been up there. Like it's definitely less snow, but they're doing their best. Like Public Park is super sick right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it went from like being such a. I was talking about this to someone I think this morning. This morning actually, to one of the guys at work.
Yeah.
We were driving to the site or whatever, and we started talking about like glacier shredding and stuff, and
Summer snowboarding.
yeah, we started talking about COC and how it used to be this dope thing that like,
It's huge.
you know, like if you were a snowboarder, like that it was huge.
It's like the pinnacle.
You'd
Yeah.
want to come here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like this, like I guess like the super park of like the
of that time of
that.
the year, like yeah, it was crazy.
It's insane, you know, like your favorite snowboarders, your like everyone was there, right? Like
Yeah.
all the people that you watched on the internet
It
were
was
there,
everything.
and
Like,
it
did
was
you get to
cool.
go while it was in its prime?
I did. I went for like a couple days. I didn't like actually sign up for the full like week
Experience?
camp because it was like
Did you do like a 5-day or something?
$2,500 or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did. I forget what I did, but it was like some sort of like nothing was included but the shredding.
Oh,
And
okay,
that's all I
yeah.
needed because like Dars, I knew Dars and like we're shredding and stuff. So
That's perfect. Yeah.
that's all I did. And man, I remember, and it got me thinking today. It was so sick, like having the pipe,
It was
like,
crazy.
you know, like that's the first time I ever hit an airbag actually.
Was at camp.
Yeah. I was literally just randomly just cruising, and I was like, oh, there's an airbag, and I'm pretty sure Joe was at the top.
Oh, probably, yeah.
And Darius was hitting it or something, and
Front double 10?
maybe I think
Cab
so.
double 9 too.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember hitting it. That's like the biggest thing I hit. Like,
oh, like jump wise.
yeah, jump wise. You know, and
yeah.
I remember going up this jump. You know, like when you first like, you know, when you switched from like small jumps to like big jumps.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's
like
a big difference.
It's
you know?
wide.
It's
you
like,
know? Yeah.
First of all, it's like double the width, double the length. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like double the height too, right? So it's like it's a big difference when you're going up to the jump.
Was it that big square bag? Like it was either red or black or
I'm
something?
pretty sure.
Bag?
It was
like below the pipe.
It was like to the left. It was like tucked into the left.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know how it kind of like it's the main run, but then it kind of sections out over here. It was like over there.
Totally. Yeah, I know the setup. Yeah.
You do? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for sure. Yeah.
And I hit it a couple times. Like, that was fucking crazy. I
As a
still
kid,
remember, man, like the feeling I got when I was going off the jump.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't see anything until you're taking off, right? Like,
especially airbag jumps when they're like so steep and like vertical.
Yeah. And I just remember thinking like, whoa, that was crazy.
Shit.
Yeah. And that was like back when I did shred, but I wasn't very
Like
good
in
and
it
all.
like you were now.
Yeah, not as passionate in it, I guess. But
yeah.
Oh man, yeah, COC days. I wish they could come back, but
it was crazy. They had like a full, huge 3 jump line.
Yeah,
like tons of rails, and
rails.
the crazy thing is, it was way different. Like as far as the glacier goes, like now where the big hip was, and like all those rails that would go down to Horseman and you could ride, it's just rocks.
Yeah,
like you can't.
Rocks.
There's no snow there anymore at all.
Yeah,
which is wild.
It's insane, man. It's honestly
like,
crazy how much it melted.
But even like Camp of Champs as like a an event, like a camp, was huge too. Like you would stay at staff housing. Like I was lucky enough to go to the camp a couple years, and you would stay like with all these snowboarders, and then there was like the compound with like a mini ramp. All the pros were there. Like I remember one year MFM came, and he literally rolled up in a tour bus. It was like an MFM branded tour bus, and he got out. Was way smaller than I thought he was. He was like walking around, shaking hands. It was the craziest thing ever.
Sick! Wow, that's awesome. That's actually insane,
dude. It was like in a crazy experience. Like now that something like that doesn't happen at all in snowboarding. Something of that magnitude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's like when snowboarding, I feel like, was peaking almost, like
at least for what we experienced.
Because like nowadays you don't hear of like crazy shit like that, you know, like and there's not like money in this, like as much money in the sport now, and like
I think that's what it is. Like it's not like there's less kids that are passionate about it. I think there's purely like no one can afford to do it too. Even that was like expensive to go to. Yeah. Like I remember the way I got to go is I rode a bank slalom, and like the winning prize was 5 days at Camp Champs.
No way.
Yeah. So I got that, and then
you won.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's stoked. Yeah.
Wow, that's
I got
huge.
a stepchild, like what was it, like the stepchild everything sucks or whatever.
Oh yeah. Everything sucks. I remember that.
Yeah, that was the sticker, right?
Yeah.
Everything sucks. Anyways, it was one of those boards, and I got like the 5 days at COC. But then my parents paid to like upgrade it to like 8 days, so I get a little bit more riding.
Sick. So you got the full package. Like,
dude, that's where I met like the guy I paid for, Rube. That's where I met him. He was my coach at Camp Champs. Jody was my coach at Camp Champs, and I'm now painting with both.
And now you work with them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy how that works.
Circle, but
that is crazy. Hey, it's funny to think like back then you would never like,
dude, and Jody,
never would have thought of that. You know, like I'll be working with this guy in 10 years. Like,
we've been painting a house, dude, and he was crazy too. Like me and my cousin when Jody was our coach. And today he was asking about my cousin. He's like, dude, what's your cousin up to? Like, is he doing good shit? He seemed like a super stand-up kid. Like when you guys were, freaking 10 years old. But how's he doing now? And I was like, yeah, he's killing it. But
that's cool. That's crazy how that works.
Yeah. No, camp was psycho stuff. But like Whistler Valley Summer Camp, pretty sick.
Here we go. Yeah. Let's hype it up.
Yeah.
It's happening, man.
It's gonna be good though. Like
it's gonna pop off.
Big jump. And Rob, I don't know if spoke to release this, but he got some more lanes towards the T-bar, so it's even longer. So if you want to go up there,
wow, it's gonna be some hits.
$800 a week. If you don't have glacier pads, you got a glacier pads for $477.
Robbie P, you're my guy.
Yeah. No, it was really fun last year, and I think it's gonna be good this year too. But if you wanted money, public park's super dope too. The guy rode last weekend. It was really fun. Got an S rail, teardrop rail.
Sick.
Yeah.
No way. That's cool. And man, Robbie P's a good guy, man. It's just nice to support good. Good people out there trying to do good things for the snowboarding community.
Man, that's one guy that's been supporting snowboarding literally as long as I've been alive. Like, 1997 was when Whistler Valley Snowboard Club was started by Rob, and like that was when I was born, and now it's still going today.
And it's made some athletes, man. Like, definitely like
RSL.
Yeah, and like didn't Trouble Andrew, like he rode with them as well. Yeah. Like definitely some guys that maybe don't ride anymore, but that were really good snowboarders.
Super good snowboarders.
And for whatever reason they stopped snowboarding, and if they kept it going, they could have definitely like been at the point where Darce stuck with it, and look at him now. Doesn't have to work.
Just kills it.
He's just killing it, man.
He works hard though, but it's different.
Just gotta listen to Joe. That's it, man.
Get Joe.
Joe's a wizard.
He is a wizard. Yeah.
The Wizard of Joe.
I'd love to get those guys on here. I think they would have a lot of really good insight.
For sure, man.
Rob would have a lot of good stories, and Joe would have a lot of good.
I think Rob would be a great guy to get on. On here, he'd be really interesting, and I mean, he's been in Whistler for a while now, so
for sure,
he definitely has seen some change.
Yeah, big time.
Which would be, I've never actually like talked to him about that, but it'd be cool. Like the Creekside, you know where people hitchhike from Creekside? Mm-hmm. That apparently that used to be like the thing,
the spot.
That was the spot, man. Like there used to be like a lineup of like 30 people, like hitchhiking, and
waiting
like
for
that
rides.
was like I didn't know. I forget who told me this, but there's someone that's been here for that long, obviously, and like
hitchhiking was more
I was
common.
just like so blown away, like what, like. Yeah. Just imagine driving by Creekside every day and like seeing like
30 people,
seeing even 15 or more than 5 people hitchhiking. You'd be like,
yo.
what the? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
trying to get a ride.
Yeah, but now you see people hitchhiking. You're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, not me, but I feel like the average person is kind of like, all right, I'm not picking you up. Like,
no,
get your own ride, man.
Way more
like,
taboo.
Yeah.
Can't afford a car, man.
Yeah, that's your fault, man. Like, but
so much
no,
pressure. Yeah, well, like even my parents, like they were here, I don't know, like late 70s, early 80s.
Wow,
and like,
both your parents?
Yeah,
sick.
Both my mom and my dad. Like my dad patrolled here and did some stuff. My mom actually patrolled here as well before they both left and stuff like that. But yeah, like the village was a garbage dump. Like only living was in Creekside, and like it was just even the different mountains. Like that wasn't too long ago where it was either Whistler or Blackcomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Hey, to think about that. Dude, especially like a place like this where it's a tourist town, so they got a beach is they're nonstop going, right? So they just kind of look for the better thing, or like the thing that's gonna make them the best, whatever it is. Like,
I bet you the competition drove the mountains to be better. Like
for sure,
you got side by side competition. You're gonna be better than if you were just like the big monopoly,
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. We live in a beautiful place.
Very, very good place.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Super crazy.
Good friends, good people, good place. No, it's a good spot. Thanks for sharing your stuff with me, Mark.
Dude, no worries. Thanks for having me, Liam. I
think we've done probably an hour and 15 or hour and 10 or something.
No, it's good for my first time. This is my first podcast, so.
Dude, you kill it. It's my second.
I hope there's many more to come, but.
Dude, I would love to have you back. It's really scratch the surface, really.
It's cool to talk about just stuff you wouldn't really like. That a topic wouldn't come up just out of the nowhere, right? Like,
yeah,
it's nice,
especially these days too. I find it's hard to get uninterrupted time with people.
Yeah,
where you can really get into some stuff. So like for me, selfishly, like it's kind of part of that too, where I just get to like be with my homies for an hour at a time.
No, it's nice, man. And I mean, even though we've known each other for like a couple of years now.
Oh,
like we've heard some stuff that I never knew of you, and you probably never like knew
tons
of me.
Of stuff.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's nice to know that stuff.
It's nice. Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Liam. I hope I make the invite back.
You killed it. I hope the mics work. I hope
there's cool mics made the cut, so let's see how they do. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Cool.
Next week we get Sean.